favorite topics, something that I do as a professional now, and something that actually helped me transition from stuttering to speaking. And once again, we actually look at that comprehensively in the full program. Let's look at small and large group presentation, whether it's doing a small meeting where you have to give a presentation, or you're leading a little workshop or team meeting, or a large presentation. First thing is that there's the fear of public speaking that most people have. In fact, they rate the fear of public speaking higher than the fear of death, because you have to live with the results, right? So many people are afraid to speak in public, and many people get stuck and stutter who don't even really stutter. So that should make you feel comfortable. Some people who normally don't stutter will stutter, stammer, get stuck, freeze up. Some people pee their pants. They do all kinds of stuff because of this terror of having to speak in public, right? You're not going to be like that. If you stick with me, not only are you going to move from stuttering, you're actually going to become an excellent public speaker. This will take some time. It may take some time, so hang with me. But you're going to transition because of the things I'm going to share with you. So I'm going to touch on this now, but in the program I'm going to go much deeper. I'm going to continue to expand it. Here's what we do. First of all, psychologically, you think of yourself and remember that you're an expert. How do we do this? Well, you think of yourself as an expert. You are the expert. Don't go in thinking, oh my God, I'm going to stutter, I'm going to mess up, I don't really know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't know, fake it. Act like you know what you're talking about. All right, now, what you really want to do is you want to know what you're talking about. So, what you want to do is think of yourself as an expert. And one of the ways that you do that is you prepare. You prepare so that you are an expert. And I'll talk about that in a little more detail in just a minute or two. So let's look at a couple of things. Remember that when you're speaking to people, it's not about you, it's about them. When you care about the people you're speaking to, and you care about the topic and the audience, so you're passionate about what you're talking about, and you're passionate about the people, that relaxes you, and the people know it. The people can feel that you care about them. Just like I think you can feel that I care about you. And I do care about you because I have gone through what you've gone through. And when I'm speaking Spanish, I still go through it sometimes. So I understand and I do care about you. And that's why I'm putting the time and the effort and even the expenses to doing these programs, because I want to help you move from stuttering to speaking, because I know that you can do it. I know that you can do it. So when people know that you're compassionate and that you care about them and you care about your topic, so if you can find a topic that you care about, or find some part of the topic that you care about, then it's going to help you speak about it from the heart. It's not going to be something that you're reading or talking about as a robot, right, mechanically, but it's going to be more organic. It's going to be more passionate. So remember, it's not about you, it's about them. And you want to remember that your goal is to make sure that the audience gets their questions answered, right? Their issues addressed, or that they receive the information that they're seeking. So you want to remember that the audience gets their questions answered. So they're going to have questions, right? Your job is to answer their questions, or that they have some issues that you are going to need to address. And finally, that if they're just looking for information, you're giving them the information that they need. So the presentation is not about you, it's about them. Once you take the focus off yourself and put it on them, it relieves the pressure, right? Because it's about them. It's not about them looking at you and you're performing, even though you are performing depending on the presentation you're doing. But even when you're performing, your performance is for them. Makes sense? This is very important. You may be looking for some specific technique. This is the technique attack. It all comes from here, and it comes from here, that when you care about the people, then it takes the pressure off you and it puts the attention on the audience, and it allows you to speak better and more naturally. The other thing that you do is you smile. First thing you do in any situation, rather it's interviews, one-on-one, reading, small, large groups, every situation that we have talked about, even on the phone, people can see your smile on the phone, believe it or not. Smile. When you smile, what does it do? What does it do? It relaxes you and it relaxes them. And that's what you want. You want to be stress-free, anxiety-free. You want to be relaxed and you want to be confident when you're talking to anyone, even a large audience. So smile. The next thing that we mentioned, and I told you that I would talk to you a little more about this, is preparation. The more prepared you are, the more confident you are, the less stressful, and the more you can flow. It's all about flow. So think of preparing like a mine, right? And what you want to do, or like a well, right? It's a well. And you want this well to be so full of information that you can never get all of it out. So when you prepare for a presentation, over-prepare. Make sure you know more than what you need to share. That way, you're very confident you are an expert in that subject matter. So when you're speaking, you know you're only giving them a small percentage of what you know, right? And that gives you great confidence, and they can see that and they can feel that. So over-prepare for your presentations, okay? All right, let's look at a couple other things. Go over the presentation in your mind as if you were giving it. Just keep rehearsing it, going over and over exactly what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, how they're going to respond. Formulate your presentations, and I'm just going to share this little secret with you. Once again, we get into a little more in the other program, is create lots of questions if you can in your presentation. Even if the people can't answer it, create a question and then answer it yourself. All right? So, rehearse it. Create lots of questions that you answer. Okay, these are like transition points. Give the presentation as if you were holding a conversation with one person. Don't think, oh my God, I have 10 people or 100 people or 500. Act like you're talking to that one person or those 5 people right there. Look in people's eyes. Act like you're giving a personalized presentation. So don't think of it as this huge group and get all nervous and upset. You're just talking to 1 or 2 people. I do it all the time and it really works. The next thing is, do not rely solely on PowerPoint or Keynote or whatever presentation software. Just don't do it. Use it as a prop, but make sure that you have outline, speak from the heart. Memorize your presentation so that you can talk and you're not reading, okay? If you use a PowerPoint, you're going to bore people to death. Use PowerPoint, but don't just sit up there and read it. You're going to bore yourself and you're going to bore everyone else. Have some points there, have some notes, and just get in there, relax, talk to people like you're talking to your best friend. Even if it's a huge group, talk to that group like you're talking to your best friend. And when you think about this and you create that kind of an atmosphere, it relaxes you, relaxes the audience, and you can flow. All right, finally, don't read your presentation, talk it out. Don't stand up there and read your presentation. So when you create it so that you can talk about it and not have to read it. This means that you have to over-prepare so that you have this well of knowledge that you can draw on at any point in the presentation, right? Create and organize your presentation so that you can just talk about it. You know the information already. You've prepared. You have your speaking points. You have some key points that you want to go over, and now just talk about it. And that's pretty much what I'm doing now. I have some notes that I want to look at that I don't want to forget, but I'm just talking to you. I'm not standing here like this reading my presentation. And that's what you want to do. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. It may not be anything new for you. Once again, you may have some stuff that you can share that you've used or that you've read. Feel free to share that. I just wanted to give you some power techniques, things that I have used and that I do use that kind of get you through, get your pump primed, that allow you to deal with these 6 situations: phone, interviewing, one-on-one conversations, dating, meetings, reading aloud, small group, large group presentations. Once again, thank you very much for spending the time with me. Tell your friends about this if you know other people who stutter. And also, please go ahead and continue to work through the program, take advantage of the free resources, but I also want to encourage you to take a look at our comprehensive program, and you'll see the cost up there. It's very nominal. I mean, it's so nominal, it's ridiculous. But I update those presentations all the time with your feedback and research and things that I think of. So when you get the comprehensive program, you have a full 6 months where if I add new information, I send that to you for free. So the program gets better and better and it grows, and you don't have to pay anything else. And the other thing is that this is how I make my living. So I depend on your support, and that's why I want to give you the greatest value that I can and give you lots of free stuff, in hoping that you will also be a blessing to me, as I hope I'm being for you. So thank you very much. Share this resource. I hope it's been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you soon.